And if I had to be another person to stand up, if I think after really going through this, and looking at the files and looking at the case, if I really feel that Karen Reed didn't do this and I have to be a voice that stands up and helps, I will.
We are expecting to learn more about the allegations against the girlfriend of a Boston police officer who was found unresponsive in the snow Saturday morning. I-Team sources say Karen Reed was in a relationship with John O'Keefe. She's facing charges including motor vehicle homicide and manslaughter.
We're the only ones fighting for the truth of what happened to John O'Keefe. And me and my family and my attorneys and my team have marshaled every resource to get to the truth. It just feels like no one else wants it.
Now, just be clear, you didn't do it.
We know who did it, Steve. We know. And we know who spearheaded this cover-up. You all know.
Yes, we do. And no, she didn't do it. No, she didn't do it. This is an innocent woman. She didn't do it.
I tried to save his life.
Yeah.
I tried to save his life at 6 in the morning. I was covered in his blood. I was the only one trying to save his life.
Why'd you admit to it?
She didn't admit to it. She didn't admit to anything close to that. Nothing close to that. And you should know that.
That was like 3 or 4 times she admitted to it.
No, she didn't.
That's not true.
She asked a question. She asked a question, which is very different. She didn't admit to anything.
I'm going to tell you one thing. Karen Reed's not going to fold. Karen Reed's not going to give up. Defense team's not going to quit. The Free Karen Reed movement is going to continue. We will continue to raise funds for her. We will continue to do standouts across Massachusetts, across the nation, across the world to let everybody know what's going on here in the state of Massachusetts, the corruption. And we will continue to get the word out there. Believe me. Believe me. Good Sunday morning, everybody. Welcome back into Let's Talk Live, because that's what we do here. We talk live on the LTL Media channel. I am very, very excited here to be here today on this Sunday morning with all of you to provide unfiltered, unbullshit Karen Reed content. And I could not do this alone, so I had to bring in a couple of guests today because 2 Sundays ago we had such a successful show, and I wanted to bring these two gentlemen back and have some fun with them today and talk about some of the most serious issues that are going on, and that we'll be kind of tackling here in the next 2 weeks as we get ready for the April 1st trial date of Karen Reed 2.0. And I see the happy birthday wishes in the chat. I appreciate that. Actually, tomorrow will be my birthday, but fuck, man, let's just celebrate 48 hours, right? We can celebrate on the eve. And I'm happy to have everybody here in the chat, moderators, subscribers, members. Thank you for being here. And if this is your first time over here, make sure to smash the liketh button. I would appreciate that, and smash that subscribe button as well too. But let's not wait too much longer. Let's bring in these two fine gentlemen from the Seeking Justice morning show with Boston Mike and Tom CPU. We got Mikey and Tom joining us. Good morning, boys.
Right,
how are you?
Yo, great,
Happy
dude.
Sunday.
Great.
Here we are.
Here, what?
This is good.
St. Patty's Day, dude.
St. Patty's Day birthday. Fucking Irish Catholic, okay?
No.
And I don't drink.
Really?
I don't
Couldn't tell.
I don't drink.
Well, I can tell you what. I was seeing pictures this morning from a Boston website of people lined up at 8 o'clock this morning on L Street, Broadway, all younger in the college kids. You know what I mean? Like really fired up kids.
Isn't it rush week too for like pledging and stuff?
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
Goodness.
There's
Or
also
at least
chaos going on in town.
tons of chaos. Tons of chaos.
I've never been to one. I've never gone. Never gone.
I remember going to the parade.
Stealthy one.
Yeah, I remember going to the parades with my dad on Moody Street in in Waltham, and we would go do all those and watch those parades. And they get fucking big, dude. They're huge.
Yep.
And I used to do that as a kid, but that was good times. So how's the anxiety, boys? We're 2 weeks away from 2.0. How are we feeling? Yeah,
Good.
a little bit.
I'm good.
I can't stop thinking about it now. I'll be honest with
No.
you. Everything I think about has to do with an angle. What's up with this witness? Why we call him this witness? Where's the defense witness list? Right?
Yeah.
Where's the defense witness list? Why isn't it out yet?
Yeah.
Are they only calling 12? Are they only calling 12?
But what a box to be put in. Think about that. Aiden, this is his job. This is his job, like reporting on this, right? Full time, more than full time. And what a box to put him in, right? And he's a witness on top of it. So, like, what a spot to. I mean, that boy's got content for years because of what they're trying to do to him. Can you imagine this? Think about this. He goes to, when does he go back? Tuesday?
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Well, the judge can't even bust his chops because he's a witness.
Well, they can bring him in an orange jumpsuit, dude.
Yeah, we don't want that.
No, I know. But I'm just saying they can't.
What does that even that? What does that do to him being a witness? Like
credibility.
And it's another box.
So he goes. Let's just say, God forbid, it doesn't happen Tuesday. He's in shackles. He gets called to a witness. He will still win as a witness, but he'll be going in the bullshit, and he will lose credibility. Whatever little he could use, because I tell you, he'll throw nukes, dude.
But here's the problem:
all day long.
They don't understand by doing what they're doing, they're giving him credibility. They're validating exactly what he's reporting. It's 100% on the money. It's right in front of you. This is
you and I understand that, and Brian, right?
Yeah.
But 12 people in a juror situation who don't know anything about the case, allegedly.
What a tough spot to be in.
Yeah,
I mean, forget it.
So you're saying it's a win-win, Tom, no matter what happens.
I think it is for him. I really do, because he didn't do anything wrong to begin with. This is all based on the freaking girl.
First Amendment.
But no, you can't. It's fruit of the poisonous tree.
Right.
If the girl says that she was pregnant and she was faking and wasn't pregnant, everything after that is null and void, based on a lie. No, nothing matters after that fact. Everything is void. And
but it's like
him on.
But Tommy, it goes back to this. I mean, we look at the headline here. Let me get to this really quick. Meredith, thank you so much for jumping in.
Thank you, Meredith.
Yeah.
Thank you, Meredith.
Wow.
1999er says, please consider donating $3.50 or $35 to Karen Reed's Defense Fund for my 35th birthday next week. Well, congratulations on 35.
Happy birthday.
I remember when I was 35.
Oh, man. I remember. Oh,
my birthday is tomorrow.
Yep. No,
damn.
No. Drinking. Oh, it was a good.
And she said you'll be entering to win a cool mugshot poster signed by Karen. That's pretty fucking cool.
That's that picture of her with her chin up, like bring it. Yeah.
Oh, damn, really?
And,
nice picture. Yep.
Wow.
I'm gonna be doing something tomorrow for my birthday to try to raise some funds for Karen as well too. So
okay, so remember that, everybody. Save some money.
Brian, what are you be 55?
Thanks a lot. No, 47 tomorrow, and I feel great.
Okay.
And,
I remember 47, Mike. You remember 47, Mike?
No, I don't, dude. But we were talking before we came on the show, like at this age, a birthday is just another day. Honestly, I don't know any guys my age that are like, another year, 365. No.
And now you want to wake up, you feel good that you even woke up.
Yeah,
that's true, bro.
Well, yeah. I mean, I got to live another day and get to do the show, which is something that I really love and enjoy to do, and be around all these fantastic people that have come into my life over the last 2 years. I would have never thought that I would have met any of all of you, and it just sucks because, I've been saying this. I've been on a lot of shows lately, and I said, it sucks. Like, yes, I've made a ton of new friends, and I've met some really great people, and I've got the opportunity to meet the Reeds, but it's like, I wish I would have met everybody under different circumstances, but everything in life happens for a reason. Everything definitely happens in life happens for a reason.
Yep.
And my heart feels good. I feel like we're gonna come out of this on top. I 100% feel that Karen's gonna walk out of that courtroom this year exonerated and free of all these frivolous bullshit charges. And then hopefully the real investigation can start, taking place of what happened to John. I mean, and that's one thing I don't want people to forget. And they always say that, we forget John and all of this. That's not it. If we're standing for Karen, we're standing for John as well too. And I don't want anybody to ever forget that.
But they're also standing for Sandra Birchmore and Enrique, for everybody that and I hate to say that we're missing a lot of people, because we know we're missing a ton of people.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, right? That maybe things aren't what they seem.
Yep.
Right. If they've done this before,
Yeah.
you know,
No,
I mean, it went too easy, man. Everything knew, everybody knew. This has to, you know. But again, my life's definitely better now that all you people in the audience that are in my life, my life is better because of it. Unfortunately, the circumstances that we're all together is horrible. And again, thank God they picked Karen Reed, and thank God they picked Karen Reed, because I don't think anyone else could handle what's being thrown at them. I haven't met anyone that said they can handle it.
Yeah.
And here she is every day.
And
she
thank God
this morning with a murder charge on her head.
Yeah, and thank God they picked all of us. Because
I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna say that. Yeah.
You know,
God's a funny guy, man.
Yeah, if you believe in a higher power, you believe in a God. Thank them or the higher power that put us all in this situation right now. Because there wouldn't be anybody else different to do the job. You know,
if you told me last year I'd be sitting here on St. Patrick's Day having a YouTube interview with LTL and Tom CPU, I'd be like, what are you talking about? But I embraced it. I realized it was a bigger picture than myself. I knew John, so that was I live in Canton, so there's a lot of connections for me internally to get going with this. And then Tom asked me to come on, and it snowballed. And you're right, God put us in a position to make plays, and here we are making plays.
And again, like, I do what I do. That's my torch to carry. And you people in the audience, that's your torch. You guys are just as important to edit this whole entire movement. It wouldn't be anything without you guys. So,
and you literally, Tom, you do hold the torch. You hold that camera every single day you're up at that courthouse.
That's my torch.
That's your torch. Amy,
feedback?
Talk time with Amy. Thank you so much for being a moderator in the super chat. She said McAlbert should watch themselves.
It's not you,
Aiden is a witness now. Bravo.
Brian, you hear that?
You hear that feedback? All right, thanks, man.
It's popping.
Sorry.
I have feedback?
There's popping.
It's people clapping.
Shouldn't be. No? Let me see.
No, it's
you hear like a little. I don't know what it is, bro.
I'm going to mute my mic real quick to see if it goes away.
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
All right, I'll do mine.
Nothing. Nurse Deb, CW is desperate without the lies and manipulation.
Oh,
they have nothing. Yep. Thank you so much for the $5.
Yeah, we don't think about the position that they're in when they're the ones that have to answer to the court, right? Maybe it's the website, Brian.
Could be. I don't hear it. I mean, maybe I'm crazy.
Happened.
But so we got this article that came out the other day from the Worcester Telegram. It says prosecutors says Turtle Boy is still harassing witnesses in the Karen Reed case. Let's read a little bit of this here. Prosecutors on Wednesday requested a bail hearing for Holden blogger journalist Aiden Carney, alleged that the intimidation is he is intimidating a witness in the Karen Reed murder case on Tuesday by speaking into a surveillance camera outside of their business. You can't make this shit up. How about this? How about that they've been literally illegally taping conversations of multiple people in Canton? I mean, if that's not the ultimate, I'm fucking watching you. I mean, come on.
There's a lot to be said about that.
Yeah.
Hey, B-Man, check out the chat.
Yeah, it's popping bad.
I don't know. I don't hear anything.
Is the website still open?
Nope. I don't have
anything queued up. You hear the chat, okay.
Ryan, can you change your logo in the top right-hand corner?
Yep.
Change that, because I think it started popping when that logo came up.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
Let me see. Do you guys hear it? I don't hear it.
Oh, yeah, I hear it. You got headphones? Or no.
No.
It went away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remove that, Brian.
Yeah, it could be a StreamYard thing. I don't know.
No, I think it is.
Better now?
No, it's still there. Remove it. Remove the thing in the corner. Completely.
All right, hang on 1 second. Let's see. Go ahead. Talk amongst yourself here. Let me try to get this sorted out.
I was watching Aiden this morning, and it's funny, like, he's asking for his witness advocate. He wants one for sure. He wants to be escorted in by the state police.
Yeah,
it went away. Yeah, it's you're in, Brian.
Back, Brian.
It's on your end. When you went away, it went off.
Interesting. Let's do this.
There you go.
Bang.
This is my Bluetooth that was on because we weren't taking a call yet.
All right.
Sorry, guys.
That's all right, man.
All
I
right.
was looking for the That's
So yeah, Aiden wants his. Let's go back to this. Let's go back to the story. I don't. Well, then we can jump back in. Okay.
Yeah.
fixed.
All right.
Okay. All right. It's over. Don't worry, guys. It's over. It's over. We got it. All right.
All right. Let's go now.
So anyway, this whole thing about taping everybody outside of Canton, we've now found out that at D&E Piecer, they've had this camera up that's literally recording not only people walking by, but also their audio conversations, and that's going to be a big problem. So what have they been listening to?
I have a question.
What?
I have a question.
Sure.
With all the other events that have happened in front of D&E that require the police, I mean, goddamn, there's a rubber duck left outside, and they stopped the freaking presses, right? Did they review that footage and surveillance? Right. And if Tully and Yuri did, they also know that it was recording conversations.
Good point.
Then and there, they knew it was doing that.
Well, we don't know when it was installed.
Negative. Been there.
You know.
That's what they used for. Remember they said they got outside the surveillance cameras of the whole incident?
It was nail
with
polish
audio. If they have that with audio, they knew right then and there.
Okay, it's nail polish across the street.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if any of the other security cameras are recording audio too.
I don't know.
That camera, the option to record audio was one of the things you check off.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, he had no signs in the window. Most places that you go into are you're under surveillance. Any store usually.
He recorded me. He recorded Amy. He recorded Esty. He recorded the Glera. He recorded Nan because we were all outside talking when we went to CF McCarthy's. And I actually asked them to move this way because we were all, it was closed. And we were all under that awning. So I was like, listen, let's get away from the front of the store. So we walked backwards. So I know if he was listening, I know he heard me say that. Oh,
all right, Kelly checking in. Thank you. Member for 6 months. Thank you. And Ron checking in. 6-month member says, happy birthday, Brian. So yes, we're on the eve of the birthday.
Nice.
On the eve of the birthday. So let me just do this because I always laugh. They keep bringing these articles up that, they're so intimidated and they're scared of Aiden and all the awful things that he's been doing. Really? Well, let's see what fucking happened this past summer. That's not.
Put down the phone though and have a conversation. And nothing about your cell phone.
We just wanted to
say a word about your phone.
take a walk down here. Take a 10-foot walk down here, buddy. Take a little walk.
You guys were
Take a little walk. You got balls.
He came to Aiden. Notice that.
Hey, man, you got balls.
Yeah. And he's telling him to take a walk. So why do you want me to take a walk?
He's confronting Aiden and he's within his personal space right at that point. So Aiden has that's not an assault, but that's an aggressive behavior right there.
Right.
So
it's intimidation. Wouldn't it be intimidation, Tom?
I would say yes. He's absolutely trying to do that. Mike,
right, let's play a little bit more here.
3-0.
Really happening.
Touch him.
Oh, fuck. So close.
Don't you look intimidated?
They're telling the cops.
Watch this.
Put your phone in front of me again.
That's intimidation right there.
That's intimidation.
Boom. Who's intimidating who?
Right.
Stop. Go back. Go back.
In front of his hand so I get a better.
Dude, go back, Brian. Go back. At what point does Aiden have the upper hand in this from this point on? At what point does Aiden have any advantage in any way?
Right cross.
Yeah. Mike, he would never see it coming, would he?
Left
No,
hand.
you give him good little, right?
Oh.
Look at that core, you got the muscles. And
That's the problem I have with these guys. If this kid ever came that close to me, it'd be, I don't know what would happen. That's like Aiden's got self-control there. Like he knew what he was doing though. Aiden was so smart about it. He was like, I understand what's happening here. I'm going to get it all on film and I'm going to try to get these reverse charges. Not that he went there on purpose to do that, but as it unfolded, I believe Aiden said, well, in his head, he's going, these guys aren't afraid of me. I'm gonna memorialize all this.
Oh, yeah, he even says it. He says it in the video too. He goes, does this look like witness intimidation? Like you guys are intimidating me.
I'm curious, right, about the conversation that took place prior to Aiden getting there amongst them, that group of people? I wonder
Oh,
what
yeah.
the mood
100%.
was, right? I'd love
Yeah.
to know
Oh, yeah.
what was going on then.
So
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too bad.
Let's play this back a little bit here. Yeah, and he did do that. He did touch her.
Don't you look intimidated?
All right, see these two guys walking up here? Stop. It's 3 against 1, Brian.
Oh, I
At
know.
what point does Aiden have the advantage here?
Exactly.
Right cross.
Right cross.
That one goes down first, and then you deal with the other two.
Yeah, who's next?
You're big.
Oh, man.
But that
Damn.
in no way is Aiden intimidating them in any way whatsoever.
Of course.
I'll go wherever I please.
And Aiden's allowed to do that.
Leave here and like you literally got assaulted by Jim Ferris.
Jim Ferris touched me.
Let's speed up a little bit.
It's unnecessary. This is unnecessary.
I think he's the older Albert, Chris Albert Jr. I think, right?
Oh, Albert Jr. Oh, gotcha. I didn't. The mustache.
I know, Remy. I know.
All right, time out.
You guys
Brian,
seem
time
really
out.
intimidated. You guys,
Doesn't it seem like they're protecting something or like it's like their turf? Like they
Yeah.
seem like it's
Gang
they own
mentality.
it. Like exactly. But look at
Gang
that, right? You see that as a I wonder if they're terrorists, Brian. It's a group of them and they're aggressive, right? And they're like, you don't know. I would
Yeah. Oh,
investigate
here we
them
go.
on
Hang on.
terrorism charges. You want to go that far and start wasting people's time and money for Christ's sakes?
Right.
There's no way Aiden is the aggressor in any way of that.
Oh, you stood there with a camera like a journalist does. Let's play a little bit more and hear
He's
from
allowed to be
from
there.
Albert.
I know. I'm so little, bro. I'm so little.
Person admitting
I'm
to
so
what
little. I
happened.
know.
He
I
can be a
know.
witness to the
I'm so
assault
little.
now.
I know. I know.
That's a friendly gesture.
Well, I feel like I'm something. I feel like I'm something because you guys know who I am. You guys know who I am. I'm a pedophile.
There you go. Keep going.
Okay. Sure thing.
Come on.
Sure thing.
Come on.
Sure thing.
What else?
They seem really scared.
Dude, they're not even creative. That's the sad
Yeah.
part.
Oh, but it was worth it to come and yell at us.
I mean, we were just minding them out. So we were just trying to mind our own business.
Oh, let me. I mean,
Has Aiden taken a step forward at all?
no, but this is the thing, Tom. They say that they're afraid of him, and look what they're doing. They're intimidated by him.
You can't be afraid of somebody you're assaulted. You know what? They're afraid of getting their asses beat next time. That's what they're afraid of. There's no way Brian. That's why Bedro and Kim Bradle. That's why I guess they can't wait to make this goal because that's ridiculous.
Oh, I took a picture. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So why'd you do that? You instigated it.
Taking pictures, instigating.
No, Colin was leaving and then he decided to come up to us.
yourself though. That's my little brother.
So you're.
We
So
wouldn't
what?
be here
He
though.
came
So
up to
what?
us.
What did I do? He came
We
up
were
to us.
walking on a sidewalk. We're allowed to
You
walk on
Parked
a
right there,
sidewalk.
your fucking shitty Lexus that you got paid for by fucking here.
No,
This
we
guy's
didn't.
fucking right there. He's a sack of fucking.
Oh,
2 seconds.
Justice
I
for
would tap
Peter
your
Berger.
face up and down the sidewalk in 2 seconds.
You'll beat my face.
good.
I wouldn't. I could.
You
I
could.
I
Yeah. You
wouldn't.
seem
I
really
wouldn't.
intimidated. You seem really
Here's my
intimidated.
point.
I'm glad you said that on film.
He just said that he wanted to assault him.
Who approached to Brian?
I know. You don't have to tell me, Tommy. I see the video. But this is the biggest point in all of this. That they're
Canton cops need a raise.
They're so intimidated.
Fucking promote the entire staff.
I would just bring this in.
Janet is getting to be deputy chief now.
I'd bring this into the hearing and fucking show him. I mean, I just
They
come
did.
out.
Yeah, they did. They submitted this as evidence.
Yeah, I'm trying to leave and look. This is
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
Let's see the slap heard around the world here. Let's get to Richards.
No, because I want it all documented. Because when they try to put intimidation charges on me, I want to be fucking covered. Do you think I give?
It's been going on 15 minutes
Here we
now.
go.
No police still with the scene.
There it comes. There it goes.
We are filming for our own protection here.
Oh boy.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, yeah.
Here she is.
You know what? I'm so sick of your shit.
Oh,
Who?
Wow.
That's assault.
She's got fucking anger issues.
That's assault.
I was
If you
watching
woke
this
up like
live
that,
too.
I'd have anger issues too, right?
Can I have a phone
No,
back, please?
how's your kids? How's
Stole
your
my
kids?
phone.
They must be
This
so
is
proud
assault.
of their dad.
That's assault, Joe.
Give
Give
me
me my phone
that
back.
phone.
Give him his phone back.
Fuck off, Big Bird.
Give him his phone back.
You look better than me.
I'm gonna need my phone back.
Nobody cares.
Have the money.
Give him his phone. Just hand it over.
Where's your top lip?
And here, Aiden's real
That
smart
wouldn't
too.
even,
Look,
like,
he's
raise
got his
his
hands
back,
down.
bro.
He's got his hands down. He's holding his hands, not showing any aggression in any of this.
Yeah.
Smart.
Oh, yeah.
Smart.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, did you go loopy? Did you go
back
crazy?
his phone.
Give him the fuck up. No
Give
one
him
else.
his phone. Give him his phone. You have his property and stuff.
Shut the fuck up.
Give him his phone.
Go ahead and touch it.
Give him his phone.
Give my phone back, Joe.
You can't steal his phone. Are you kidding me? There you go.
Okay.
Well, you should. Is that
Okay,
really just
so
happened? Is this real life?
Your kids should be, you are a loser. Piece of shit. I have wrinkles. I don't care. But guess what? I have a good heart. You are a prick. You're going to jail. And I
How have
cannot
the police
wait. And
not
guess
come
what? You're
yet?
going to be without a boyfriend because this prick is going to jail.
I mean, I'll be with my boyfriend longer than you will. You're just gonna die.
Okay, don't even worry about it. She's not worried.
You are,
Listen
to
to
a
her.
psycho.
Just let her
Didn't you
talk.
go
Just let her
nuts?
talk.
Didn't
You're
you
the one
get
yelling
Let her
right
talk.
now.
Just let her talk.
You're the one yelling right
Just
now.
let her talk.
Guess
Don't
what?
even
He's
talk
cheating
back.
on
Don't
you.
even talk back.
He's
Don't
cheating
even
on
talk
you.
back.
What the
Don't
shit?
even talk back.
Right off the bat, that's they just throw it out there like boom.
Who are you?
Bah.
You. How many times you got punched in the nose? What is your teeth? You make fun of my teeth? Yours are chick lips.
Mostly your skin.
My skin, I have wrinkles. I don't care. Guess what? I stick up my fingers. How many siblings do you have? Has anyone stuck up for you? No, they don't like you. They don't like you.
You say so.
You guys can all tape me. Like, why are you taping me?
So,
That's the back of it.
I mean, you drive up, you
Oh, my.
jump out of a car, you slap someone's hand out of their phone out of their hand, and then you go, "He's intimidating us." How is that even possible? You're the aggressor.
Impossible.
You're the aggressor.
Impossible. And how many memes were made from that moment?
Oh God.
We had a year full of them. I mean, a year full of those memes. It was beautiful. It was
Yeah.
beautiful.
There may be video that shows a security camera installed in front of D&E.
Right now.
Yeah, maybe from another
No,
business.
time stamped
Yep.
from back in
Yep.
From
time.
this event.
From a
From when the initial
a
start.
event.
Yeah.
I remember there was an event that my friend took video of, and I'm pretty sure they have.
Oh.
So if they have the same camera, and it
I didn't
was
see-
8 months
I
ago,
didn't-
then he's been doing this for a long time on spying on people, and he's a selectman in Canton. So that's how it works. The more corrupt you
You need
are,
the
the
intel.
higher up you get.
It's gathering intel, Tom. That's
Right.
what it is. Let's
Right,
listen to the public
exactly.
and see what they're saying.
Hey, come on in for some free food, and you listen to what they say as they walk out, right?
Yep.
What a freaking piece of work he
Yep.
is.
It's cop town, dude. It's cop land. I mean, this is just it's fucking
It is.
crazy.
No, it's horrible.
It's fucking crazy. All right, let's shift gears a little bit here. So, family of suspended trooper Proctor says Karen Reed's lawyer are creating false narratives.
What do they care?
I'm gonna go.
And none of their business.
Yeah.
None of their business. Not unless
Who's
they
they?
did the job. Who cares what they say?
Who's they?
They
The family.
family don't care.
Oh, the family. All right.
Don't
Yeah.
care. Doesn't matter. It's got no
Okay.
bearing in a case. It's not. There's nothing that they say is going to go to court
Yeah.
in front of a judge.
Right.
So it don't
Well,
matter.
I know it.
It's the
They're
stress.
gonna
Of,
say the sky's purple. Let them.
it's the stress of the job, Tommy. Oh. And listen, I understand. Police officers see a lot of shit, and they hear a lot of shit. And there's good, and there are, I have true belief in my heart. It's been pretty minimal lately, but I do think there are some good police officers that do their job correctly. This guy is not one of them. And listen, if you have an issue with stress, then they have certain protocols within your department that you can go get help. You take a stress leave, you go see a mental health counselor, get yourself squared out. But you don't go in and do the shit that we know that Trooper Proctor did in this case. And I've heard a lot about like people. I just tend to believe that this is not the first time that this has happened. This is a pattern with this guy. And it was funny. I was on LV Cops last night, and he said, "Nah, dude, these guys that were involved in all of this, his friends, his family, Tully, all of them, the way they were talking, this is like a game to them." And
Yep.
they do this over and over and over with everybody that they come in contact with. And that whole like no nudes yet, right there, they said that is the linchpin with all of this stuff. that's what their MO is. They get people's phones, they look through them, maybe an attractive woman or whatever it may be, and they're looking for shit like this and they're passing it around. So
I believe you. Yeah, I believe that. I believe
Tommy,
that
what do you
100%,
think?
yeah.
It's that everything you say is true. And again, I like to give all the cops benefit of the doubt. It's getting really freaking hard, Brian. It's getting really, really hard. And I hate to say it. I'm the most pro law enforcement person. I think there's good people in the world, there's bad people. And you need some good people to take care of the bad people and put them where they belong, like in jail. It's just a part of the population is just gonna go bad. It happens. But
okay. Should I say what we was posted over the weekend by Dixie Norris that Proctor is fired?
Really?
Are we not going to go there?
Sure, we go there.
Okay. Yeah. Well, allegedly, from his source,
Sean.
just repeating it from X.
Sean.
Right.
Yep. I don't know.
No,
Can't say who his source. I don't know his sources.
Don't matter. Tell me. I want to hear everything.
Dixie Norris DM me. He called me in the morning. I got something for you. I never called him. So we went ahead and posted it. And he announced that on the 13th, it was official. Now, those aren't my words. I'm just reading it's on X. Go right to Dixie Norris's timeline. You'll see it
right.
And so I'm not saying anything until I see it in writing.
It's like
we're going to talk about it.
It's the Kevin Clapp thing, right? He said he had jury duty that day. Show me your jury's duty slip, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. So, but I mean, Dixie's pretty good. He's got some.
No, he's good. Yeah, he's got some. Yeah.
And he knew he was putting his reputation on the line by. I mean,
well, think about this, right?
Hit that enter button's a big ballsy move, in my opinion.
Mike, it's not even up for discussion. If they kept him, the PR nightmare would be they couldn't handle it. Think of what it would cost just to handle the PR part of it. He wouldn't be able to touch anything with any cases because he's already been. So he's burned himself.
So can you? Okay. So you know how they blocked to talk about the criminal past about witnesses, i.e. Richard Green being for the drunk driving allegedly when he beat it. Is this the reason why Proctor will be called, but you cannot bring up that it was fired Mr. Proctor? Is that going to come into play? That was my reasoning behind that. And again, if that's the case, it makes sense. And in the court of in the eyes of the court, you can't talk about my past criminal history if he's fired from a job for criminal activity. Right?
Well, great. How are you going to explain that to the people in the jury? You investigated a murder case, but you don't work for nobody.
I just said why.
Yeah, we know why, but what do you tell the jury? The jury's going to be like, huh?
You're going to be retired state police, whatever you got to say. You can't say that he was fired for an illegal activity because that brings into Mr. Green being caught for the OUI allegedly, but he beat it. You see what I'm saying? They that went into motion eliminate. I believe it. I think she approved it. So you can't bring up witnesses past. So let's say
you know what?
Colin get arrested for a fight. You know what I mean? Or whatever happens, you can't talk about that and bring it back the credibility. So that might be an angle that I was thinking about. That could be true. I'm not here to start shit.
I think that's no. I know, Mike. I think you're right because I think she actually wrote in the ruling that that's something that she can bring up to the Court of Appeals. Like this is something I know is going to get flagged for the. So we know it's something that's appealable, right?
It's on
is
that
record. What that is?
The
same thing. Okay. Yeah.
You can't bring it up. So let's just say Karen loses. Well, she can obviously go to appellate court in the seventh court or whatever it is. And say, this wasn't talked about. It was suppressed, but here's the reason why Mike was suspended or whatever it was. And,
the money, then it's the dollar signs, Mike, just the dollar signs. Oh.
All right. Let me jump in here.
Go ahead. Tell me anything, Brian, because this goes back with you a little bit too.
He hasn't been fired.
Okay.
Okay. So let's just do. Listen. The reason that I think this is Tully's his supervisor, right?
Correct.
Okay. He was involved in those text messages, correct?
Correct.
Okay. What happened to him?
He got a slap on the wrist.
He lost time, right? Yeah,
right.
Yep.
That's probably
same with Buchanan.
That's what's going to happen with this guy.
And
I truly believe it. Give me a second, Tommy. I truly believe it. This is what's going to happen with this guy. And I think they're just going to continue to drag this out until the end of the trial. Now, look, he might not be called back by the Commonwealth, but I know the defense is definitely going to call him. Put him on the stand, expose him again, because remember, it's a fucking new trial, 2.0, new trial. Right. Put him back on the stand. I don't think, I think it's going to get dragged out. And everybody's going, no, it's going to fucking happen on day one. He's out. He's going to be fired. I don't think so. I really don't. I think it's going to be way after the trial, or if it's any disciplinary, it's going to be loss of vacation time, or he might have to do desk duty, insensitivity training, all that fucking bullshit to keep him around. Come on, guys. This is a gang. It's a gang.
It's all it is. It's gang with guns and badges.
Sensitive. Oh, he's going to have to put a public fucking statement. Oh, I'm so sorry. You want to save your job? Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes. And he'll be in sensitivity fucking training for a month. And we're going to put him on desk duty. They might bury him somewhere. That's what I think is going to happen. I could be wrong. Who fucking knows? But I feel like that's more reality here. Just knowing what happened to Tully in Bukkake.
I agree with everything you say. I think it could go either way. It's a flip of the coin, in my opinion. But what I read is that after the 3 days of hearings over the last 6 weeks, I think Noble has the final decision to make. Once he's the
what
final.
has he done so far, Mike? Let's just say, what has this guy done so far? Nothing. And look what just happened down in East Falmouth with the facility down there. Is there anything about that? Nope. They let 2 guys go. This will get buried, and they'll be back up to their old tax again. What's going on with Trooper Enrique de Garcia? 6 fucking months. 6 months. Nothing. Still nothing. Still nothing. Colonel Noble hasn't made a statement, haven't said, hey, we're publicly concerned. We know about your concerns. We're looking into it still. Nothing. It's a fucking really clown. That's all this guy is.
We have a death of a trooper.
Yeah.
We have a facility that's shut down and nothing's happening. You're right. They will probably sweep this under the rug for Proctor. You're probably right. Because compared to what you just talked about, what you just said, a death and a shutting down a facility, a couple of text messages, yeah, no problem. We'll make that go away.
I tend to believe my source, and you guys all might know my source, Todd McGee.
Oh yeah.
I asked Todd just after the hearing's complete. Have you heard anything yet? Nope.
So he hasn't heard anything.
He would have known right away. He would have fucking told me.
Right.
Of course. Yeah. Interesting. I'm just playing devil's advocate a little bit.
I got you.
Start the conversation. There's no shot at anybody. But
I mean, listen, they can put him in an office somewhere.
That's probably what they're going to do, Tom.
Right? Stuff him somewhere, even if it's out in the western part of the state, western Masses.
But he is on the prosecution list.
Yeah. Let's see.
He is. Yep, he's number 62.
So
there's some of them here. Looking at 80 and 19.
If I sent them to in your XDM, dude. Right.
Oh, okay, I'll pull them up.
Yeah. Yep, they're in your XDM.
But I think there's a difference of when you come out back in October and you go, Trooper Proctor been fired, and here we are in fucking March.
Still down the road.
I think that's misleading the public. Exactly. Just
Brian,
in the public, you have a platform. You're an ex law enforcement fucking officer or whatever you did, and you come out and you go, Trooper Proctor been fired. And the reality of it, none of it even comes true. But I'm the asshole. Because I called him out. Aiden's the asshole. Will's the asshole because we called him out.
So again, we don't know if they're keeping him. Is he valuable to them at this point? That's the thing we don't know. Right. Yes.
Probably.
Proctor. Because if he's still a cop, he's allowed certain things he can say. If he's not a police officer, he doesn't have those protections. So by keeping him on the books and not having a decision yet, it's protecting the state police, because he could go off the rails and say whatever he wants, whereas as he's an employee, he really can't.
Or how about this, Tom? They say, yeah, you are going to be filed, but we need you for the Karen Reed case, and this is the deal that we're going to work out.
And
you're going to
that
come back and testify, but after we're going to just have kind of a PR campaign and make it go away soft.
Why wouldn't they send a press release out saying that we just did the right thing? Why would they not do that? That's an easy one to lay out.
It doesn't work that way.
Hey, we just did the right thing, everybody. Be proud of us.
Jen, what do you mean there's a great white? What does that mean? I don't know.
Yeah, what does that mean? There's a great white.
You know something we don't know? That's interesting. He's a linchpin in this whole thing, though. I mean,
Fanning.
Yeah, I know, but he's
a Fanning's boys. I think Fanning ran these people. Fanning can do what he's alleged to have done and still be where he is. He knows how to work people. Again, there's good people and there's bad people in this world. 10% is bad, 90% is good.
Right.
Anyways, so talk about not being on the. Are we jumping around? Do you want to still talk about Proctor? Or
no, I'm just, like I said, we're just kind of throwing topics around. We'll take calls here in a little bit. I just wanted to warm up the crowd a little bit.
Number 46 and 51 really jump out at me.
Yeah,
those are new. Those are new people, and I would love to see what Helena has to say on the stand. Honestly, because if she's not prepared with her note, with her folder, and reading off a script, I think you can get under her skin real easy. I think Jackson or Yannetti or anyway, even Liza could really get under her skin. And I don't know anything about this Paul D guy, but he's the one that had the cloud on his computer for chain of custody. So I don't know what role he might have played in altering, doctoring, or holding the evidence. We'll call it. I don't know. I don't know. So, but everybody else seems. Wanless is another big one too. He's the one that was in the body shop. So if you get him to say, "I removed the taillight," well, what did it look like? Was it like this, or was it?
Get him to say, "I fixed John's car."
Whatever questions they might have for him, I don't know. But those for officials, police officers in Canton. Now, that's not even state police. Canton did this. Okay.
And here's the thing too.
Yeah.
And here's the thing too. Being on a witness list doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get called. They could just be throwing the names on here to protect these people right now. So they can't be asked questions or intimidated or whatever it may be. That's a big thing too. So keep that in mind.
So basically, you cannot go around in Canton right now and go to a store
and talk to any of these people
and say hi to anybody because someone might be upset emotionally.
But that's what this is.
That's why Canton is on. I'm telling you,
it's fucking crazy.
It's on eggshells. You go to Shaw's right now, no one's talking. Everybody's just walking down the aisles.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you'd see moms talking, kids running around in the fruit sections. No, it's just fucking total silence of people. It's crazy. I love it. But anyways, I just think Helena, Wanless, that Paul D, these are people that we knew about, but were never even put on a list before last year. So 2.0 has got more information coming. Now, Rafferty was in charge of the chain custody of the video, allegedly, because she took it from her subordinate, right? Now she has it. Where'd it go? This is what I'm trying to find out. And I'm finding out that it doesn't. You can in Bev's court, you can admit things in the court digitally without meta tags now. I mean, that's kind of like her thing. That's okay. Like Collins' text messages and the inverted video didn't have a meta tag. This is almost like an okay thing with her. So that kind of opens the door up for the defense as well to put stuff in without meta tags.
Mike, remember when it was mid-trial and they walked over to him and they gave him like that much paper and they just dropped it, said, here's a TUI. Have a nice day. They didn't even get a chance to go through it and put it together, like the whole picture of what that encompasses, okay?
Yeah.
The defense has a second chance at doing this. Now they're ready. Now I think they have a lot of bombshells coming that we haven't even thought about.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be irrefutable, and the world's going to see just how corrupt they are because they're done playing. AJ, I think, is going to just go nuclear right off the bat and let it go to trial. Show us how bad and how dirty these guys are. Show us. That's what we want. And we got to, it's broken and needs to be fixed, and we can't do it. We can yell loud, scream, put up signs.
Yeah.
It's above us.
Was Mr. Morrissey on that list, Brian? I think he.
Yeah, I think he was.
All right.
Yeah. But then, I mean, then I gotta call him.
That would be something.
I don't think so.
Do you not have a fake email, sir?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
they're not going to walk him into that.
What do you think the defense is going to call? 12 experts so far, and then just cross everybody that's already up being called on direct. And if they don't call, let's say they don't call Proctor, right? Then we have to have him on the witness list in order to call him on our direct.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of have to make it more than just 12 is my feelings. If you have 12 specialists or pros, who are those 12? Even Aiden brought up Nicholas Barrows again last night. I think Tom and I talk about Nicholas Barrows' testimony all the time. He was begging to tell us more.
Yeah, I think they're going to use him a lot more. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
I'd like to know if he could draw us a picture that would represent what he saw that night of the taillight.
Yeah.
If I took a picture and showed him and gave him a Sharpie and said, "Here, what did you see? Like, this was broken. This was cracked."
Yeah, that's a good point, Tom.
Maybe bring it to the tow truck driver too.
I think what they need to do this time around is illustrate a lot more of this stuff for the jury and for the public. And I thought that in 1.0 we were going to see a video recreation of the data that ARCA all crunched, and they're showing it like it's impossible for this to happen. And I would like to see something like that. So I would take Trooper Paul's theory, and I would take the truth that is ARCA and just show those videos side by side and say, look what he's saying, Paul is saying. It's impossible. This is what it would look like. This is how ridiculous this looks. And I would just show that to the jury. And I get it. AJ tried to demonstrate it in the court. And I think a lot of times, because we're such visual creatures now that we learn visually, we're not really textbook people anymore. It's visual. I would show a video and be like, here you go.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah.
I think we didn't know, the defense didn't know what ARCA was going to say. It was part of the deal.
Right.
We knew we had to pay them, but we didn't know what they were going to say. We knew it was going to be pro Karen Reed because it was leaked that it never happened. And John never hit the car never hit John. We understood that all. We're like, this game, set, match, right? But the jury, for some reason, it just got buried down into their mind. The reasonable doubt wasn't there. And Brian, I'll go back to what you just said. The visual aspects of jurors today, it's like DNA, CSI moment. I gotcha. There's no other way it can be done. You know what I mean? You're cooked. This is the same thing that needs to happen with this juror. It has to happen this way. You're absolutely right.
Even if they point out the lack of video evidence, you're telling me that, I mean, you have no video? None.
Right.
No ring camera, nothing, none. Zero. Library footage, gone.
I still go back to if Karen did this, then why not? I mean, there was a million cameras. I mean, there was a camera right across the street. Why weren't we instantly pulling that footage and saying, here it is? And Lally gets up and goes, Karen Reed killed John O'Keefe, backed up over him and left. Here's the video.
Who paid to fix the fence that the tow truck driver broke when he took John Brothers?
Yeah. So I agree with that. I think you're going to be more visual. And what's your thoughts on maybe the jury pool is from different zip codes than they were before? If I'm saying, I want to say it the right way and not insult people, but maybe mix it up a little bit. Maybe a couple of blue collar guys.
Yeah, I'd like to see not so many, I guess,
white collar professionals.
People in professions that relate to this. I would rather see everyday people like ourselves on that jury.
Yeah. Right.
And you know what? I think I hate to say this, but I think maybe we need to hire a private investigator to look at who's following the jury, because somebody's following the jury people around.
Could be.
Who is that person? Who's reporting on what the jury's doing?
That's
the big. That's a $1,000 question, Tom.
That's the $1 million question, Tom.
So maybe we don't let that happen this time.
Well, I look at it this way.
They can't say he had nothing to do with it if he's the one that went to Bev and said, "Hey, this juror's got to go."
Yeah.
How can he not be part of it?
Fanning, right? Yeah.
Dirty pig.
How can he not be involved if he's the one that said this one was talking at a bar?
Because Bev said so. That's
Bev
unfortunate.
So.
That's
and
the way it goes.
Bev says, you know.
It goes.
With zero evidence.
I know. Understood. But again, I just think the jury to go downstairs for 5 days and not figure out the car didn't hit John and John did not run into the car. It's game set match.
It may have been a hostage situation where you wear them down to make them all vote the way that you want to vote.
No doubt. No doubt. But still, you're not going to get me to if you present to me mathematically, physically, physics don't lie, math doesn't lie, gravity doesn't lie. How someone gets tipped by an elbow, thrown 30 feet in the air, and doesn't have another bruise on their body.
Ridiculous.
Okay, that to me is game, set, match.
Yeah.
But for some reason, they got lally-dallied and they just went downstairs and someone, the leader of the pack, whoever it was down there, was telling them that's nothing. And Jen was drinking. Karen was drinking. John was drinking, and there was a car involved.
Yep.
Period.
That's the thing. You had someone in that room that was the alpha dominant person and said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is how it's going to be. Two people leave a bar. They head over to someone's house. They may be inebriated. Someone got out. One person got out. One person got hit. The other person left dead. That's it. And they pushed their will on over someone and said, and keep in mind, all this other shit in between, that is, we know is the facts. It's all a distractor.
Right. The guy never went in the house. Yeah, the guy never went in the house, right? Yep. So I agree that they in their own minds, they took 68 of the witnesses and direct and cross and took 4 of them and just focused on those 4 that jumped out on them and said, well, we're not going to talk about who hired them. That's a big thing too. It never was mentioned. Hopefully we can mention it this time. But to have those educated people like that, smart people like that, 3 of them kicked off that were definitely pro Karen Reed on purpose because of the Fanning situation, and to still have a 0, not acquit on 1, 2, they're going to go ahead and try to get her on, and 3 dismiss. How can you dismiss 1 and not dismiss 2? Exactly. So the jury instructions were flim-flammed. I just want 3 questions on there. First one, second one, third one, the lesser charges. So it was convoluted to me from the rip. And then to go down and hear why or what happened, or they forgot about this testimony. Who cares about how much snow was on the shoveling on the deck of the fire department? Who cares about some of the things that were brought up? The Sullivan Aruba, I see that's the motive for Karen. They had to establish a motive. You had Brian Higgins on testimony, up there.
Right.
Motive means opportunity.
Right.
Listen, from what I've seen, Karen Reed's a very smart lady.
You think?
Especially with this. I'm pretty sure she had the same smarts in life. Right? We know she had it financial, right? She made all, she did good there. But what about she had the same in life?
Of course.
And she's like, what do you do? What do you do if you're her?
Yeah.
You hire that team she has, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
And
let's
tough.
I want to play a little bit of this because I think some of this has some nuggets in it, especially around towards the end of the interview. We'll listen a little bit here, and I think this is going to tell you some of the things that we're probably going to see in 2.0 here. Let's play this really quick.
The stand after she's already gone, saying, Jen was there. I don't know what her story was, trading cupcake recipes with Lank's wife. Once again,
I love that.
At a lead investigator's house on this case, but he wasn't there. She was talking to the wife, which is a story.
Right, and she said she never got out of the car.
Said she never got out of the car. This was, I think, the date at Lank's house was January 30th. It was still snowing that day. It's freezing, but she doesn't get out. They sit, and she said it. I think she said it could have been a half hour. They're just sitting in the driveway, which doesn't make much common sense. But But that location data had to be parsed from all her location data that comes in latitude and longitude coordinates with like 6 decimal places. And if you see negative,
Let me just help everybody out. That's called geofencing, people. And I think
that's the latitude and longitude of exactly where you're at in this time and space.
Yeah, and if you want to watch someone that gets nailed down by geofencing almost to like the inches, go watch the Murdoch trial.
Yep.
Nails that guy.
He didn't go far.
Nails him.
Yeah, right. Flip told me about that. He was saying that that's how we got him.
It doesn't mean anything to you. You've got to then translate it to a map using another software, and then a lot of it's all around our house, and then maybe it's at the grocery store. And
did that come from the feds?
That Jen's phone, Jen turned in herself, but it's so tedious, and that was a big data point that she was at his house, and we didn't find it until 2 years into this. There's always more to find, so it's not as if I'm retreading tracks, trying to find something I might have missed. There's always more ground to cover, and now that the case is so public and people are so supportive, now it's trying to digest these tips and which ones are fake, first of all.
So people send you tips.
We get tips constantly. A lot go directly to David and or Alan. Some come over Facebook. Some go to the administrators of the social media pages.
What is the normal procedure? Your attorneys will meet several days, the night before, like
whatever they can afford to do.
Yeah, Alan Jackson's coming in tonight for a Friday hearing, and so are you essentially war rooming until that hearing?
Yeah, we'll war room. We have a few tips we want to follow up on. Alan tries to jam the schedule. If there's somebody that wants to meet with us that might tell something useful. We'll schedule it. We'll cram in as much as we can get in.
So you're still developing information?
Yeah. We got information today about John's phone. That is exculpatory.
But from outside sources as well, not
from outside. Yeah, no, from outside. But sometimes, Ted, it's the internal discovery that opens up another door, another rabbit hole to go down that might be something we've heard. It's constant triangulation of what do we know? What have we been given in discovery? Of that discovery, how much can we actually rely on? How much do we think is manufactured? And then does it dovetail with anything we've heard from people in the community?
Right.
I mean, if I could afford to, I would have the lawyers and I'd have more PIs. My PI's great, but we throw everything at them. And we'd be trying to follow leads.
Does your private investigator work full time for you?
No.
So
no.
It's as it comes. So.
Yeah. Sometimes I won't speak to him for a month, but he's always following things, following the case, and just give him a heads up, day's notice, and he's going to meet us tomorrow in the afternoon to track down a few things. A lot of it ends up being nothing, or it's something that's not admissible. A ton of it is hearsay, which is something I didn't know anything about going into this. Well, someone heard from someone else that parts of the basement were replaced or something was broken in the house, and can't go anywhere with it.
So does Robert Alessi then, does he take part in like this sort of day-to-day stuff, or is he more focused on sort of, like he was critical in the Dr. Russell?
Yeah.
So are portions of the case divvied up then to different people to work on?
Yeah. So ideally we would be full-time trial prep, or at least full-time for me. And when the lawyers are working on my case, it's trial prep. And now we've gotten this curveball for these job requests that it's and we're expecting more. So we've gone through Dr. Russell on the dog bites, now Rick Green on the Google search.
So for people who don't understand this, so you only had 6 people testify in the first trial, and for the second trial, the prosecution is trying to prevent
most of them.
How many experts are they trying to prevent right now?
I don't know where they're going to go with ARCA,
Yep.
but I think
yes. So they did file a motion about the ARCA guys.
they did file they actually filed an intent to file the motion.
Yeah. Okay.
About ARCA. They're trying to accuse us of a discovery violation that they don't have all the available information on ARCA. I didn't hire ARCA.
Right. And that information could only come from the feds.
That information can only come from the feds. So that's 4. We're not calling back Frank Sheridan, and that just leaves Lucky Lawford. He's the 6th one.
Okay.
So there's no other. If there were more witnesses, I'd probably have more of these hearings.
And Lucky's still.
I want to just go back. I think right about here, she talks about John's phone.
Still I'm acquitted. This is the only thing that calms me down. I feel good going to bed at night knowing I've put in a really efficient to print out whatever we got today, 200 pages, and digest it. But I can flip through my phone or my laptop. So, but if I were to convert it to paper, Ted, at this point, it's probably around like 10,000, I'd say. On top of videos, hundreds of Ring videos, hours of video from the waterfall, from CF McCarthy's, voicemails, phone records. Even that, we downloaded Jen McCabe's Gray Key extraction, and we were in the physical analyzer for Celebrate. It's you don't even know where to start. Do I look at?
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I wanted to find the part where she talks about she's got John's phone. She has John's phone, and she talks about temperature and telemetry of the phone. And I think you're going to probably see some of that coming into the 2.0. And I don't know how. Listen, I'm not an Apple expert, so I'm just a layman. I'm going to throw this out there, and I'm sure the chat's going to kill me. But I'm wondering if they can tell the temperature of John's phone, like when he was, said to be in her car, and then walked up and went into the house, and the temperature changed there.
Yes.
And then when he was dragged down on the lawn after he was beaten to death, does it get cold? I don't know how all that works, but
yes,
maybe. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It does. It takes internal temperature, because if your phone gets too hot, it will shut off.
Shut off. Right. I do know that.
If it gets too cold, it can't operate. The battery can't give it the power. It just can't push the amperage to get to where it needs to go through the circuit board.
So maybe we see something like that. Here's, here it all is. Here's the geofencing data. Here's the temperature data. Here's John's Apple Health data. They put this all together and put it in a presentation. And you're like, look, there's 3 things that confirm.
The phone has an accelerometer in it.
Yep.
It's got everything.
Anytime
everything. It knows exactly which all of the stuff.
Yeah.
So if John's hit by the car allegedly, he flies through the air and lands on it,
there you go.
It's going to show some kind of disruption on the phone
if that happened. Right.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Again, I encourage everybody to go back, and if you're interested in this stuff and interested in hearing about geofencing, and forgive me, I always forget the name of the FBI agent that testified. It's about an hour-long testimony. You can look at the Alec Murdaugh trial, and they talk about geofencing, and they talk about all the internals of like an iPhone, of what it does. And it literally nailed Alec Murdaugh down to within inches of where he was that night. And it proved that like he obviously killed his wife and son.
Let me tell you something.
Very interesting testimony.
You ready?
Wow. I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah.
So Brian, like my phone and your phone and Mikey's phone.
Yes.
If all 3 of us get in a car, our phones talk to each other. You don't know it, but it does. They all do. So when John walked in, if he talked to another phone, it's there. If he talked to a wireless router, hey, can I connect to you? If someone had Ring, I mean, if you do a scan, you can probably pull your neighbor's stuff up too.
Of course,
that information's in your phone, stored always, every time. So they have it.
Yeah, and this is the thing I talk about, because obviously I've been covering the Idaho 4 case for quite a while now, and we hear a lot about well, he turned off airplane mode and went into the house. People have to understand, when you turn off airplane mode, your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth still ping. So even if like what my point in all of this is, the accused killer, Brian Kohberger, is accused of killing these 4 college students and has been said to be in and around that neighborhood 12 to 14 times before the murders actually happened. So let's just say this joker forgets that he has his Bluetooth on, and he goes up to surveil the house, And what happens is it starts making what's called a handshake. That's a low digital wave that goes out that's sent by the phone. It's a radio wave, I believe, Tom, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
It works on a frequency, and they just chit chat.
Right.
And on the same frequency, hey, I know you, and they talk back and forth.
So there was said to believe inside the house that one of the victims that were murdered, Kayla Gonzalez, had a Bluetooth speaker in her room or in that house that she owned. Now, why would the police department take her Bluetooth speaker and hold on to it for almost 2 years before giving it back to the family? So my thought in this is this joker went up to the house, or that night that he was inside the house, had his phone with him, and he fucking made a handshake with her Bluetooth because he had his Bluetooth on. Or previously, when he was scalping the house out, he had that handshake maybe a month or two before if he was up and around near that house.
Right. So
it's kind of like this, I tell people, and it kind of works with Wi-Fi too. You go to a hotel, you stay there, you connect to the Wi-Fi, you leave, you come back a year later, it's going to remember you. It's going to know that it's there.
Oh, not just that, but if you walk down the hall, you're talking to every single phone on either side of it. The Bluetooth thing, Brian.
Cynthia, thanks for the 5 gifted. Go ahead, Tom.
The Bluetooth speaker itself, it works when you turn it on. There's software that runs the Bluetooth speaker inside of the Bluetooth speaker. So not only does it show on your phone, but inside the speaker, it'll show this IP address, this fingerprint of this phone talking to that. Everything is communication, and that's why they would keep it.
Yeah, all these devices, like all the devices I have in my room and all the devices you have in your room, it's trying to send the signal out and talk to everything. That's how all these things work. Smart TVs, all that shit.
Yep.
So let me ask you guys a question then.
Yep.
When John was in the house, there was allegedly a Bluetooth speaker in the kitchen.
Yep.
John walks in.
Yep.
Does it grab that information?
If his Bluetooth's on, it might be trying to make a handshake. We might hear about this in 2.0.
If it's on,
that would blow the case wide open. Yeah.
Right? Nice breadcrumb. Yep. Nice breadcrumb there. And not only that, any Bluetooth device in the house.
Yes.
At the time.
If it's within 130 or 50 feet.
And they don't need the actual device it tried to connect to. They just need John's phone.
They need the phone and the device, the Bluetooth to be turned on, and it will start trying to create a handshake. If I walk into a room and I have a Bluetooth on, it's going to start going, all right, what are all the available devices I can connect to? What are the devices I can connect to? Okay, a camera, a phone, a speaker, whatever it is. It's trying to constantly get something to be its host and connect.
So a year later, you go back to that same hotel room, your Bluetooth phone that you didn't change is going to try to connect with that same device that was in that room again.
Because
so they have a log of what devices it was trying to reach at the time, right?
So this
Mike,
is right. That's what my phone is trying to connect to, all those devices. Right now.
Man. Jesus Christ. Is that the brothel in Cambridge? What's going on here?
So Mike, let me put it to you this way. Our mutual friend who I go over her house, she's got a big TV and she's got a Bluetooth speaker, right? When I go, if I go over there today, I can go to my YouTube on her TV because her TV knows my phone.
Yep. All right. So my question, Tom, is then, so John's phone is going to have a record of trying to connect on the 29th.
That's right. Absolutely.
When he was in the house, you know that he was in the house. So,
if he was even in the driveway, he was there.
Right. So my point being that's why so many people got rid of phones, because of the Bluetooth handshake.
Everybody, because it was the fingerprint tied to them. That's right. They all got new phones, by the way. You all know that, right? Everyone that was in the house, they all got new phones the next day.
But John's phone is going to try to connect to their phone, which is now gone. But there's a way to backtrack and see what IP or Bluetooth IP address.
ESIDN number. It's your fingerprint for your specific phone. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ah.
You get it. Everything is today. Chit chatting. And because he was never there, hey, if I see there's a TV I want to connect to, there's a freaking Bose I want to connect to.
Yep.
There's an Alexa I want to connect to. It's right here in my. All I gotta do is hit connect and then put the password in.
That's
my
it.
phone knows it's right there.
And it has the time and the date.
Everything.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yes, my friend. That's what we're saying. That's what Aussie's saying too. But with the video. Yeah, bud. They're in trouble. They can't get out of this, buddy. That's what.
Yeah.
That's huge.
All you need is like a Bluetooth and a Wi-Fi expert to come up there and testify. And this could be one of the new, one of the new 12. All right, let's talk about the docu, and then we'll go ahead, Mike.
We're talking about KISS. Keep it simple, stupid,
Keep it
right?
simple, stupid.
Yeah. That's what we're talking about, B-Man, right there. Like, get me somebody in there that can explain Bluetooth to me and why it's on John's phone and where these devices were at one time. That's a huge.
You know, Bluetooth was connected because he's already connected to Karen's car, so Bluetooth was enabled.
Well,
it was on.
If he was never in the house before, it's not going to connect automatically.
No, it won't.
It'll ask if it wants to connect, though, right? Okay.
Every single device.
Gotcha.
And again,
wow,
this could just be it could be a possibility. I'm not saying anything set in stone or anything like that.
Oh, that's real life, though. But that's real life stuff. That does happen.
Yep,
that
it does happen.
Okay, all right. It's not like your phone. If your phone was set a certain way, no. When you walk into a house where there's other Bluetooth available, and you click your phone automatically seeking that information because mine's on right now rolling.
Yep.
It's going to ask me when I walk in, hey, do you want to connect to these Wi-Fi's? Yeah, okay. All right.
It's trying to handshake. It's trying to create
where was that 1.0?
Yep. And Megan right here. Remember Karen's Wi-Fi connected to John's phone, but maybe they go deeper now and they dig a little bit more.
Maybe that would open up someone's going, hey, we got John's phone.
Yep.
Let's see.
Let's see what he connected to. I'm telling you, man, you're gonna see a lot different stuff. All right, let's do this. Let's talk about the docu, and then I do want to open it up for some calls at the end of the show. That's normally what we do here. So, new Karen Read document shows behind the scenes first trial, how to watch what's going to be called a body in the snow. I'm going to play the little trailer here. Just to look at. I was initially pulled in. Well, I guess pulled in. I was initially one of the people that were reached out to and actually did an interview, about a 2-hour interview for this process of this documentary, and they said that. We're getting the creator in the Free Karen Read movement perspective side of this. This is what this documentary is going to be about. And then a couple of weeks ago, I got an email and said, yeah, all that stuff got thrown on the cutting room floor. This is what we're doing. So I kind of feel like they kind of roped a bunch of us into it to give us their stories and shape the documentary.
Yes, B. You should. Well, again, now you know going forward what to expect and what you need to expect back from them before you say a word, right? Yeah. Okay.
I did sign a release, but I went over it today, and basically they have all the intellectual property to all this stuff. So, my main concerns of my conditions, and I don't care, was just if I got sued or anything like that, they're going to cover it, and they agreed to do that because you know why? They fucking knew that they were never going to put any of us in this documentary. That's probably why. But anyway, let's play this trail and then we'll take some calls. I am whipping up a watch party. I am going to do a watch party. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to stream it over YouTube, but I'm going to be doing something because we did this before and it was successful. And more to come in the next couple of hours about that. I'll be putting a post out about it. So if you want to watch it along with me, maybe I can get some other people on the panel. Tom, Mike, you guys are welcome to come join the panel if you want. It won't be streamed over YouTube because it will get pulled, but we did this before. It was very successful. And maybe we can do that. So let's watch the trailer here.
Karen Read is accused of hitting John O'Keefe with her SUV and leaving him to die in the snow.
Their relationship was not a happy one.
Not a single witness actually saw this happen.
There's a whole other side of the story.
This is funny, Misery. They've got her guilty already.
So, did you drive your car into John?
Doing this film is my testimony. I want to say what happened exactly as it happened. John was a Boston police officer. We went to the bar with a bunch of cops. Jen McCabe invited us to the Alberts. Last I ever talked to him when he got out of my car at Brian Albert's house.
Everybody liked Karen, and everything changed.
He was found dead on the lawn of another police officer.
This is one of their own, and that raises the stakes.
Miss Reed stated that she hit him 3 times. I hit him. I hit him.
I hit him. That statement doesn't appear on any of the tapes. They were shocked.
I am not on trial. I am a witness.
It's impossible to have any sympathy. They're all lying.
She'd smile or laugh.
She's posing for pictures.
Her behavior, in conjunction with the hard evidence, points in one direction.
DNA evidence placed parts of John on Karen's car.
Feels like I'm in a bad dream. This can't be real.
She was angry. She had been drinking.
How many calls?
There was over 50.
What did you text about going through Karen Reed's phone?
No news so far.
There were gasps.
One of the most uncomfortable moments of this entire trial.
Shame on you, sir.
Elle magazine wants to feature me.
She was the happiest murder defendant in America.
You're either pro Karen Reed or you are pro police.
It's become a civil war.
This justice
Oh my
system
God.
will never be the same after this.
I can't believe what's happening to me.
Oh, man.
So I'm going to be creating a watch party here. I'll have the details out on my Facebook page. It will be limited seating to it. I think when you do it offline, it only holds like up to 300 people. We did it before, and the AI didn't pick it up, so it wasn't. We didn't stream it on YouTube or X or anything like that. We just did it as a conference, and I'm going to do that next time. So tomorrow night, I will be putting that together. I'll put the link if you want to join and hang out. I'm going to try to get some creators on with me, and we'll watch this thing together.
Wow.
So you guys are invited if you want to come. I don't know what your plans are tomorrow night, but you're welcome to be on the panel and hang out and do that.
It's your birthday, man. I mean,
yeah, it's my birthday.
I can't. I can do it in between periods.
You'll jump on. All right, let's do this. Let's open it up for some phone calls. What do you guys think?
Love it.
Can I just say how powerful that opening was right there? Like the whole, like the point where the guy says either you're pro Karen Reed or you're pro police.
Yeah,
that baffles me. That's not the right way to say it, right?
They
Tommy?
they got a heads up over there. That's why they all showed up that one day. That is not indicative of how it is there. They never. There's nobody on the other side. There's no blue people usually.
Oh, Bluetooth.
Yeah. You know what it is? It's because my phone is.
It's chit chatting. See, it's talking on a frequency. That's Brian. You can hear it. That's the frequency. You hear it?
I'm gonna try to disconnect and then reconnect. Hang on.
Every phone does that, Mike. All the technology's all zipping around here. Zip, zip.
Yeah.
Zip, 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 zip. So if anybody wants to try to call the show, they can 339-364-8881. We'll take some calls here.
Calls.
Take some calls.
Hey, Better Road tonight, huh? Bounce back.
Back on the young jerks. We need them back.
So that was interesting. Pro Hoc Vice that was denied. I mean, a lot of people had some comments about that, about why, and that's an appellate ruling too, I guess, because she's allowed to have as many defense counsels as she wants. So that's an automatic appeal. So that's good that they got it on the record, anyways. I don't think the problem I saw was that information between Aiden's deal and Karen's current deal, what's going to be shared, what's going to be trust me, bro. Because they can't leak anything. There's a gag order, so I mean, it's like it can't come out. And if it came out, well, which one of you two did it, and then sanction. So it's not a good look for them. But I wish it happened. I really do wish it happened. And I like the idea how Liza tried to involve the Birchmore investigation into the Karen Reed. Right. Even though the Birchmore wasn't even a state arrest, it was a federal arrest. She tried to bring the federal prosecution into a state trial, which was bald.
Just to remind people that the feds are watching. They're watching all of these cases.
Yes.
So call in. Let us know. What do you think here? What do you think is going to happen with Proctor? Are you looking forward to the Karen Reed documentary that's going to play tomorrow night? Let us know your feelings.
I gotta bail after this, Brian.
We just need one. Yeah. We need one victim to call.
Where you going?
I have I gotta get ready.
Oh,
where you going? Where you going? Yo, to date?
No, fishing.
Fishing, nice.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
I understand, dude.
Oh, you know what? Hang on. I know why this is not working. Wah, wah, wah. Tommy, if you have to go, that's fine. Thanks for coming up with us.
Anytime. And yeah, I look forward to that watch party. I remember last time it was pretty good. I just pray that they put Karen in a decent light. I mean, this can go both ways, right?
Yeah,
I mean, and again, Brian and Mike, we are privileged to know more than the jury was given, right? They weren't given everything that we know, and they're trying. And they can only decide what they have in their hands, right?
Right. Let me take this call.
Well, go ahead. I'm
sorry.
happy.
Good morning. You're on Let's Talk Live. Who do we got?
Oh, Marco here. How you guys doing?
What's up? Good morning.
Morning,
what
Marco.
do you think?
I'm nervous about this whole documentary.
Yeah.
They followed her around for 500 hours of video.
Yeah.
I just don't know what they're gonna how is this good for Karen?
As long as she had creative control, she had last call or
yeah, you got.
Sure
I mean, I don't. You don't ever speak during a trial.
I know.
And they get 500 hours. They're gonna reverse this on her. It's not gonna be good for Karen. I just have this funny feeling.
I agree in a way.
It's gonna be, and the timing of it. Why would they release it right now before her trial? It just seems something's really fishy about this.
And the thing is too is that what we see typical of all of these documentaries that come out. It's literally just they're cutting and pasting the same thing in these documentaries that we've seen.
And then they said to you, you had to sign something with them, right?
I had to sign a release.
And then they're like, you had to sign a release. And then all of a sudden they're like, we flipped everything at the last second.
Yep.
That's why I'm nervous.
They had us come in. I know a bunch of people that were actually interviewed for it, and we've been kind of chattering.
Smiley faces and everything. You were on your side. We're on your side.
Yep.
And then they're like, we're leaving a whole shitload of footage on the floor.
Yep. I agree. It was we cut everything out.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Tom CPU, I hope you catch a big fish.
Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Just Brian, they took video, Brian, right? And I don't think anyone's told this. I might as well tell everybody now. They took some of the video and they approached me and said, we want some of your footage. So I signed a contract with them.
Yeah.
And I got paid. They're using my 18 minutes of my footage they're going to use. And I think most of it is when the dump truck came and all the supporters were on the stairs for Karen. So if they use that part, I know that is in a good light.
Right.
So, I mean, Karen does have the supporters. And if they show that, a normal person in the middle of Kansas is going to say, hey, wait a minute, something isn't right here. And that's all we need is more eyes on this, right? Because it's wrong. It's wrong.
Yeah, I mean, but it could be a 5-second clip that they take out of that video. You know what I mean? They shape and mold the narrative to all these things. That's the unfortunate thing.
Thank God you guys heard Mr. Reed exactly what he said. The hell with everybody else. The news was there. They recorded it. They refused to play it. You guys saw it live. Mr. Reed spoke about the truth. I can't go more than that. Yeah. I'm glad that I'm able to show you guys the truth because now you guys know, right? You know what Mr. Reed said. You're gonna rely on the major news. They didn't even nothing. It was not even out there. But you guys heard what he said. And that's so powerful and so moving. It's
motivates you.
Yeah. So we're blessed in that way. So with that said, I love you guys. Please like and subscribe to the Brian's channel. Give him, if you like his stuff, be a member. Got to be a member. And I love all you people out there, Mike, Brian. We have the best people. And again, we don't. How do you put it in words, guys?
It's just it's too much.
We do it with shows.
The Olivia's out there, and Everyone helps. I think this is unprecedented where we've almost not crowdfunded, but we've kind of crowdfunded the defense of Karen.
Yeah.
There's so many people behind her.
Yep.
And if they want to mess with Aiden, great. Now we're all behind Aiden too. So, you know, it doesn't matter. We are all for the right reason. And these are just people that they want to shut them up. Good luck.
Yeah, I agree.
Work out too good.
Better, Tommy. Thank you.
Yeah. And Brian, if they do happen to do something stupid at the last minute and whatever, I know you'll step up and whatever you need from me and Mike, we're more than happy to of
course
do whatever it needs to take for you guys. So I mean, and that's another thing. We all have control over the narrative in a way, right? So if something happens, we're flexible enough where we can fill in the gaps where we need to and still get you guys what you need. Freshwater fish.
I agree.
All
right, guys. Listen, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, everybody else out there. And Mikey, talk to you later, big guy.
See you in the morning. Yep.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Thanks.
All right, we're going to keep the phone line open for a couple more minutes here. If we don't get anything, we're going to head out. But please, like I said, call in. Let us know what you feel. If you think how this Karen Reed documentary is going to be, let us know your thoughts on Proctor if you want. What do you see happening in 2.0? Because I don't want to take up all of Tommy's Sunday morning. We got a caller here. Hang on.
Tommy,
you're on Let's Talk Live. Who are we talking to? Hello? Going once. Going twice. 3 times
Hi,
a lady.
Oh, she caught you.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Who am I speaking with? Okay, you're okay. You cut back. That's why I couldn't hear for a second. I apologize.
You're on Let's Talk Live.
Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. How are you guys? I hope you're having a good day so far.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
This is if you see my name in the chat, it's Queen Mrs. Little, and I kind of been trying to put some more stuff out on X, Twitter, whatever we want to call it now. But yeah, for the Proctor thing you mentioned earlier, I think he should have been fired.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why there was a hearing. They had their hearing when he was on trial during cross. If that wasn't hearing enough to make that decision, so I think they are going to try to drag it out until her trial. If he doesn't get fired, that would just be absolutely insane. His wife's stupid. She made him look even worse. That was dumb. I think that's worse than Karen going on TV shows, honestly, and speaking her piece, you know. But I mean, I'm praying for her, and I hope everything works. And I'm gonna actually want to try to go up for trial 2. I started picking up more on what was going on, kind of right before the trial started, so I wasn't like out there, but I've been more invested since then.
Yeah,
I'm a Boston resident, so you know it hits home. So it's gotten me more interested in it. I'm gonna try to probably show up more. I'm kind of glad I got pushed away so it wouldn't be so cold out there. Good thing to look forward to. But I'm praying for her. It sucks that Earl can't get on, but she still has a dream team regardless. You know, I think, you know, she has enough support. Let's just hope this time we get a jury that isn't distractors, aka reasonable doubt.
I agree.
They can tell them, you know.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Well,
that's right. Good point.
I appreciate everything. I appreciate you being in the chat, being a member here, a subscriber, and feel free to call back. You know, when we do these again, let us know your thoughts on everything that's going on.
Yeah,
all right. I'm going to move on to a couple more calls. We'll take a couple more calls here before we go. I don't want to tie Mike's day up all day long, but hey, here's the rules about the phone line. If you hear that we're on the phone line, I can't have everybody keep calling in because we won't be able to get to everybody. You're on Let's Talk Live.
Hi, Brian. I got through.
Yep.
This is Tracy. I've called into a couple of other shows like JFK and stuff in the glare, but my biggest concern, I am so glad to hear you say that about the geofencing.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that's the case. It's going to be awesome if it is. But I had sent you an email a long time ago and Canton. My biggest concern has been not enough talking about the medical stuff, that Dr. Renee Stonebridge brought out in her testimony. And the defense didn't cross-examine her. It's not only just to bring out the fact that, he suffered the damage he did to the frontal lobe, the left lobe, the right lobe, of his head, and the damage in the front of his head. And, I forgot the Irish doctor's name. You just mentioned it a little while ago. Sheridan. He didn't talk a whole lot about it. He was kind of hard to understand. I can understand why they're not calling him back. But he did, and Dr. Russell, they all read the neuropathologist's report. And Dr. Russell said she was going to, let what she had to say be it. This woman was 4 times certified in 4 different medical areas. And she had a green lace dress on with a sleeve tattoo. And I think the jury didn't pay one bit of attention to her because when Melanie streamed it, Melanie had to stop her show to chastise the chat and say, listen to what this woman is saying. It is very important. And then when it got to the ME, it seems like the defense and Lally, they all tried. Well, Lally, he asked all the right questions to Dr. Renee Stonebridge about all the stuff, about one side squeezing in and herniating the brain and all that stuff. And that didn't come from the back of the head.
Right.
Okay. The back of the head is probably the final blow that knocked him out.
Right.
But the subarachnoid hemorrhage and all that stuff caused him to have seizures, for the medical stuff. And I just wish, y'all do an awesome job. And I think when I emailed you were really busy with Enrique's stuff. And, but I never did hear back. But I really wish people would cover more of that because to me, when I heard all that and with the ARCA guys coming on and saying that there was no way he hit the car. But the thing is, there's nobody, Lally, and you know what? Hank is a snake and a liar who lies. And he's going to go the same route because I don't know if you noticed, nobody's covered it really, except I saw one small channel person went over this motion that was filed by the defense on March 4th. And it was to exclude another Dr. Wolf, who's a neurologist, who's going to come in. And part of his testimony is going to be that he died from falling back on the frozen ground. Now, how does he know if a ground is frozen enough to hurt the head?
Right.
The only person that has kind of covered it, I emailed Nurse Kim, and she covered it. I don't know if y'all seen her show about it, about Dr. Stonebridge, and she covered that one report that came out, that motion that came out on March 4th. Now, I was pleased to see the witness list, and that Dr. Stonebridge is still on there because I was concerned he's going to call this new guy instead of her because she spoke facts and she explained it very well. If y'all go back and rewatch her testimony, and I wish that more of that was being put out there because it just shows. I mean, he didn't just get hit back of the head. How did he get hit on the left, the right side of his head, and the front of his head, and the cut over his eye, and the scrapes on his nose?
Right.
Yeah,
no, I mean it's all great points that you're bringing up. Maybe that is something that we go back and watch that testimony. And I'm going to do this. I usually give everybody 5 minutes. You're just coming up on 5 minutes here. I want to take one more call before we end the show today, but I appreciate you calling in and call back at any time. Thank you.
Well, thank you for everything you do. I really do appreciate all of you guys. I don't live anywhere near the area, but to me, this is a really important. I don't know why. I mean, I know the world's watching, but the numbers still aren't as much as I think it should be. As for the injustice that's happening here, and watching the state just do what they're doing.
I agree.
So thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a great day. All right, we're going to take one more call, and then I'm going to get Mike out of here so you can go enjoy his Sunday. Mike, thanks for joining me, man, and thank you for Tommy for being here too. We're going to take one more. Numbers up on the screen. Go ahead, Tom.
That was Mike. It's all right, bro. That was a good call. I actually forgot about that testimony. See, that's you forget more than you know. Like, and that's important for the jurors to understand that. And Bob Alisi, with the way he keeps it simple, stupid, I think he's going to get around more to the jurors.
I agree too.
All right.
Good morning. You're on Let's Talk Live. Who are we talking to?
Hi, this is Tina.
Hey, Tina. How are you? Where are you from?
Good. My name is Gina, actually with a G. Everybody calls me Tina, so that's okay. I'm from Arizona.
Cool.
Just want to say love your show.
Thank you.
Boston Mike, your tweets are fire. Crack me up every day. My question is Garino on the witness list? Because haven't seen that.
Mike,
I'll tell you right
on
now.
the witness list?
Garino? I'll tell you right now.
He is, right? Didn't I pull that up before?
You might have. Let
me see.
On list.
How about there, Mike? Is he there? I don't see him. All right, hang on.
There's like two separate ones. Like,
He's not on there.
Yeah.
And can the defense still call him?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Garino is on the list.
He is on the list. Yep.
Yes,
he is, Tina.
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. Well, keep up the great coverage. Love your show. And keep fighting for Enrique.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Call back anytime.
Yeah. So the other trooper is Evan Brent, Buchanan, Clark, Garino, O'Hara, Paul, Proctor, Tully.
Ah.
So you have it in your DM.
Yeah.
You want to do whatever you want with it. Hey, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually head out too. So,
you have a good day.
Thanks for joining on this Sunday again, Tom. Thanks for joining as well, and you guys are welcome back anytime.
I appreciate it, man. And I appreciate you being in the chat in the mornings with us sometimes.
Yeah, I always watch when I'm getting ready for work.
And you might hear something and you jump on and correct me. I'm like, that's good. And don't forget, we get the standout coming on the 30th, right?
Yes, I'll be out there. I'll definitely be out there.
And the other thing I want to mention before I go is that so after this documentary, if the prosecution wanted stuff that ended up on the floor as evidence or to try to use it as prosecution information, they can't submit any more things to the court. It's over. So if they were to get this stuff after it airs and say, shit, it's aired, now it's public, we want it. They can't put it in. Wherever they might want to use. They can't subpoena, like they did with Ted Daniels off the record or Gretchen Voss. They can't go after this company and say, hey, listen, we want all your edits. It's too late.
Well, Nan's saying no, they'll get it.
They'll get it?
Yeah.
Come on, Nan.
They'll get it. So I think it's fair game, dude. They could be watching all our interviews right now.
Oh, there's no doubt. Tom CPU entered the chat, entered the Cosgrove conversation with Turtle Boy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, anyways, have a good Sunday.
All right. Thank you, Tom. I keep saying Tom. Mike, thank you.
I'm so much better looking than him.
Hey, you are so much better looking. Have a good day, brother.
I'll talk to you guys.
All right. We're gonna end here. We're gonna end here on this Super Sunday show. I love it. We gotta get more. We gotta shorten I want to shorten the beginning down and get some more calls, but we'll get in the rhythm of this. And then my plan is to try to get a different person on, a different co-host or co-hosts on Sunday, and just do kind of the revolving host here on the Super Show. So it's been really great so far. I appreciate Tom and Mike jumping on with me here on Sunday. I know they probably have better things to do, but why not be here and support Karen Read? Of course, I'll be here. And we're going to keep this thing going. I'll be back tonight, though. I'm going to be back tonight at 8:30 p.m. I'm going to have a birthday dinner with my mom at 5, and then I'll be back here at 8:30. We're going to try to raise some money for Karen tonight, and we're going to go over Trooper Paul's, oh, God, excellent cross-examination. So we'll go through that tonight, try to raise some money for Karen, and everybody have an amazing day. Nathan Reed checking in. Thank you so much. $2 says, good morning, gentlemen. Great show. Yeah, I think the Sunday shows, we kind of get a little bit more loose and relax. And obviously we talk about serious things, but we get to hear from the subscribers and the callers, which is always great. So I love all of you. Thank you so much for being members, subscribers, supporters. I'll be back tonight at 8:30 p.m. if you want to come over and hang out. We're going to try to raise some money for Karen, for a defense team, because she needs us now more than anything. And then, of course, tomorrow, you're not going to want to miss it, 5 p.m. I'm going to have my friend Lauren DC live here in studio right next to me, and we're going to go over Jennifer McCabe's cross-examination, 227 Google search, and be frustrated and throw things at the screen. We're going to light a birthday cake in here. We're going to have a pizza party, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to that as well, too. So I'm going to head out. Thank you all so much. I love you. Thank you, moderators, subscribers, members, all that fun stuff. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I will be back again, like I said, tonight at 8:30 p.m. I'll talk to you all soon. Have a great day. Peace.